Hello, it's Sharon on this beautiful May spring morning. I'm here today to start a journal journey with you, and we're going to make a really very grungy fairy journal. And this has come about because I bought some tins, a little bit by accident, a little bit on purpose. I ended up with 40 tins, and actually most of them are quite rusted. So this was a fairy one, and it was rusted, and I thought that would be perfect for a journal. So that is what we're going to do, and I want to share the whole journey with you. So inside this tin I have an Enid Blyton Book of Fairies. This is a vintage book. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a minute. And I have a cover that I've already started. So I'm going to show you how to deconstruct this book and to get yourself to this point. So that's what we're going to do today. But in this tin, I've already cut myself some fabric. And as you can see, I hope you can, it's got little sparkles in. A friend of mine said the finer the fabric or silks are really the best for rust dyeing. Because I wasn't having much success, and everything I did seemed to just turn black, and I didn't want it black, I wanted it rust. So what I did, I was rusting some pins and paper clips in bleach first, then vinegar. Then I put them on here to dry. I had this folded up, it was a scarf, had it folded out up, put it all on there, put all the pins and things on there, along with some of the like goopy vinegar from the bottom of the pot. And this is what I got. It doesn't smell, well, it does, it smells a little bit of rust, but it does not smell of vinegar. So this was a scarf I had, probably a vintage scarf back in the 80s, and it's got these little shiny flecks in, but you don't need to have shiny flecks in, it's purely up to you. But in this tin I'm also collecting my rusty bits and pieces, things that I find. There's a little stick there, that's not rusty, I know, a piece of sea glass. This is a bit of glue that had some string attached, so things that I think might be useful, rusty bottle caps, things I think might be useful for in this journal. Got some fibres here together, raw piece of rust. So all those are in the tin for the journal as I go along. So let's just put that to one side. So this book when it arrived, I was brought up on Enid Blyton, this author. I've read all of her books, and when I was a little girl. And look at this. Magic is in this book. Magic is in this book. And I thought, she's right there. She's got the magic of the fairies running through her blood. But the magic, not just of the fairies, but the magic of stories. The magic of stories and where they take you in your mind. Now, not only has she done that, she is called Molly Rose, and she was the leader of a group, Molly Rose, as Azraya and Chloe, and they've made a group called Azrayan or Molly. She's like used the names and what have you to make the group's name. She's also, this book belongs to Molly Rose, Love You. She has, wait for this, she's interacted so much with this book. She has every chapter, she's numbered the pages of the chapter 1, 2, 3, so forth, right through. Chapter page 9, folded pages down. The next chapter, Betty's Adventure, she started again with number 1. She's put her own index, but she's put which are the best pages to read. So if somebody who'd got this book could go, look, 12 pages in of Betty's, 12 pages, Betty's Adventure. So she's put little references to where you can find magical things. I was just so touched by this. I was showing my daughter, who's a early years teacher, a primary school teacher. I hope you enjoyed the storybook. From the back, look, one back, from the back for more stories. Thank you for reading. She must have put something in somewhere, and she's drawn a picture. She's just absolutely fabulous. She's interacted. My daughter said, wow, I wish everyone would interact like that. And you know, I never did, because if I'd have written in a book, my parents would have gone mad. But you know, that to me is absolutely ooh, 1,000,001 interaction. This is the middle of the book. So anyway, sorry, Molly Rose, but we're going to take your book apart, but it will be full of magic. I'm going to continue its use with the fairies. So let us begin. So let me see if you zoomed in enough. There, let's just zoom in a little bit. So what you need is your knife. Oh, here we go. And it is a little bit painful to cut into this book, actually. You find the little part where it is fastened into the signatures are fastened into the what's it called? The book. Yes, the book. And you literally just cut down that, not too hard, because you don't want to cut through the actual book structure. And then the same at the back. So pull that out. Are we in screen? Yes, we are. So we're going to go down there. Let's just lie it down so you can see better. We're just going to go down that edging, being careful not to cut the book. If you do cut the book, I have to cut my finger then. If you do cut the book, it's not the end of the world. Whoop. Okay. So that's come out of there. Do you find that happens to you with these knives, these blades? Right. If you do cut the book, it's not the end of the world. So there we go. And you save these pages. Now we are going to be using these pages back in the book, but not today. So save your pages. Right, so then we end up with this, and let's just give this a tidy up. A little bit there. Let's just actually we'll glue that down. I don't have far to go. It's not the world's biggest craft room, but I'm not complaining because it's bigger than my last one. Looking to move house, so I keep looking for where I can have a craft room and where I could like run retreats from and things like that. Now my husband's saying we don't need an outbuilding with additional bedrooms in it. I'm like, yeah, we do. An annex will be fantastic. So just tidy that up. Be really careful with the knife. Right, there we go. There we go. Right, so I have already gessoed that. So you need to get your little piece of sandpaper or a nail file I quite often use. Let's just sand this down. Because this is a shiny book, we need to give it some teeth for the glue, etc. Ooh, put that over there. It's good to be doing a grungy fairy, because I've been doing so many pretty fairies for the fairy festival. And I thought, well, actually, there must be some grunge fairies out there. There is naughty fairies and things. So let's have a go at a grungy fairy book. Just wiping off the scrapings there, the filings. Now, it's not, what am I going to say there? Just got my gesso. It's only a light sanding is all you need. You just break it down a little bit, just so it can take your gesso. See, I've cut through my book just a little bit there, but it really doesn't matter. And with these old and vintage books, that does happen. Well, it happens with new books as well. But vintage books are a little bit more sort of delicate and friable. So, right, so I'm just putting a thin layer of gesso. And I'm just very quickly going to dry this. Thank you for putting up with me while I just dried that off. And now I've got my Mod Podge. You watch the Tim Holtz live. Oh, with all this new release. Oh, some amazing things. So last night I went on eBay. I went on all the craft shops in the UK and nothing. Everything's out of stock. So I don't know if it's even been in stock, but everything is out of stock, which is quite good really, because when I was watching it, so I'm just putting the gesso on now. When I was watching it, I was doing my list of things that I want. My list of wants is phenomenal. So I'm going to revisit it and perhaps do a list of needs, but within budget. But what I really would love is some of that cello, them cello stickers that look like torn, aged sellotape. They're amazing. Thought those are what I need. I actually don't need anything else, but I just want it all. So it's a good job it wasn't in stock, or else I'd have bought it. Right, so have a look at your rusted fabric and put it on. Now I am just going to crinkle it up because I want that crinkly effect. You don't have to, you might want a smooth effect. I'm going to press that down. Now we will be applying a medium onto this, which will seal this, and it will flatten these down. It might even change the colour slightly. So just do that. Then just put a bit over. Then we turn over. I'm going to take you every step of the way with this book. There's nothing I'll do in this book without you. That's why I've got 2 books running simultaneously. So I can do working one and show you, and then we can do the next sort of book. So now I'm going to lather on this Mod Podge around the edges. And I mean lather on, you can see how much is flying around there. Oh, we love a mess. We love a mess. And then I'm going to fold this over. Fold it. I want to get this as smooth as I can on this side, so I've not got a bulky interior. So I'm just going to do this. So I don't want a bulky interior. There might be a little bit of bulk, but we can cope with that, but I don't want it very bulky. So that has smoothed that out. I might use my podge on the exterior because it doesn't seem to have changed it too much. Put something on once onto rusted fabric and it turned black. I don't want that black. I mean, I like black and there will be some black, but it took me so long to perfect my rusty fabric that to how I like it, that I don't want to make this black. So we do that. Flatten it down as much as we can. I cut that with pinking shears. It looks wobbly because of crinkling up it on the outside, but cut with pinking shears just to reduce the fraying. Now this one I'm going to fold over, and because it's only a very fine fabric, I'm not too bothered about the corners as long as they're neat. I'm not cutting any off because it's going to flatten right down. Am I on the screen? I keep thinking, am I on? So yeah, the designers work on the Tim Holtz. I've not watched it all. It's a 3-hour. It was a 3-hour live, but I didn't watch it live. I watched it. Watched some of it yesterday. Because I don't just have 3 hours, me. I never just have 3 hours. That's why I didn't watch the live. I just didn't have 3 hours to just sit and watch Tim Holtz. I mean, I wish I had, but I don't. So that's why I'm watching it after. But just go on YouTube, Tim Holtz live. Oh, amazing. Absolutely amazing. So there we have it. And because it's fine fabric, like I've said, those corners have really gone down quite flat. There we go. So that there is how we get the grungy cover on the book. So I will leave you now to go off and do that, or whatever it is you want to do. And hopefully tomorrow, because I'm trying to make this a daily, tomorrow we will do the next part of the book. So I will see you very, very soon. Thank you for watching. My channel is Be Divine Vintage. My YouTube is Be Divine Vintage. My Instagram is Be Divine Vintage. And surprisingly, my Etsy is Be Divine Vintage. And that is spelled B-E-A-D-I-V-I-N-E, as in bead, as in beads, and then divine. But I've used the D in the middle to finish the word bead and to start the word divine. Thank you. So I'd love it if you comment. I'd love it if you visited my Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube, follow me on Instagram. That will be fantastic. Thank you. Bye bye.